Hey, folks, go ahead and jump in here real quickly here. This is Wesley, $1 billion Virgin. Yes, that's with a B. $1 billion, Billion here. Jump in here. What we're going to talk about real quickly here. I want to teach you folks how to master a skill faster. If you don't know who I am, my name is Wesley Virgin. I am the owner of wesleyvirgin.com. Also the owner of the Overnight Millionaire, okay? And I'll tell you a funny story how I got that name. But let me share some with you. Before we get started here, let me show you the type of income that we're talking about here about mastering a skill, okay? Because understand this. Understand this. You cannot make millions of dollars until you master a skill. Okay, if I look at the revenue right here, this is company. I have several online companies here. This is company number 10. We almost hit $5,000 a day. And understand that $5,000 a day, and it's 12:30 a.m. Okay, that's $150,000 a month. Okay, it's $150,000 a month. And money and sales are coming in just on autopilot, and not just because I am an amazing person. It's because I know how to master a skill faster. And I want to show you, it's going to take me about 5 to 10 minutes to communicate to you how to do this. I've did a video like this on my site at wesleyvirgin.com, so you can always move there to get more information. But I want to talk about you, okay? And let me write something down. And I want you to get out a sheet of paper here. Yes, I'm a multimillionaire, so please don't ask me that question again. Yes, I'm rich. Yes, I'm successful. But that's not important. What's important is, can I help you be successful as well? That's the question. Can Wesley help other people make money like he's making money? Okay? Listen, 4 steps of learning, okay? And this is important. And now this video, I'm not going to scream a lot because I want you to get it, and I want to be a bit practical, okay? And I'm not going to talk about mindset right now. I want to talk about something that is more psychological, okay? That makes sense? This is psychological and how you master a skill. People like LeBron James, people like Michael Jordan, even Kevin Hart, all these great people that do what they do, like Kevin Hart, he's a great comedian. LeBron James, he's a great basketball player. Manning Payton, the Payton guy, he's a great football player. Well, they all use these techniques that I'm about to give you to master skill, okay? Many of you that's watching this video right now, you stumbled upon this video because it is something that you're trying to master. Yes or no? If you're watching this, if you're trying to master something, it could be an online business. It could be a business, a conventional business. Maybe you want to master relationships. Maybe you want to master becoming a singer, a rapper, or whatever, right? But everybody, you'll know you're watching the right video if you're trying to master something, okay? And what I'm going to do is give you some behind-the-scenes things, techniques on how to do that. And this is not new information. A lot of you have already seen this already at wesleyvirgin.com. Many of you have already moved to that site and watched a video like that. But if you're brand new to me, you need to pay close attention to every word that comes out of my mouth, because these 4 steps of learning is how everybody on the planet learns information, okay? This is how everybody on the planet learns information. Makes sense? It doesn't matter what you're trying to learn. You could be reading books. You could try to be a photographer, or maybe you want to be an artiste, or you want to be an online millionaire. It doesn't matter. You are maybe an expert at Facebook. Everybody on the planet, man, woman, baby, teenager, old person, has to go through the 4 steps of learning, okay? First step is this, okay? Now listen to me close. First step is this, all right? And I want you guys to write this down. And the reason why you need to write this down as I'm writing it down, because what it does is it further conditions you to learn the information faster. When you write things down as you listen, okay, that is like a double record in your subconscious mind, okay? Make sense? All right, so unconscious incompetence, okay? Write that down. I want everybody to write that down below, okay? Does anybody know what unconscious incompetence means, okay? Unconscious incompetence means that you don't know what you don't know, okay? Now, I don't know why you're watching a video like this. I don't know if you was on YouTube. Maybe you popped up and you saw Wesley Millionaire Virgin and say, well, let me listen to this black brother from Houston, Texas. That's a multimillionaire. He has 7 cars, 7 homes around the world. He travels first class, and he's always slapping his chest saying, let's go, right? I don't know why you're here, okay? But I want you to notice something. It's a reason why you're here, okay? And the reason is because you didn't know something. And you were aware that you didn't know it. Now you're trying to figure something out. That's called unconscious incompetence. You don't know what you don't know, right? Let me give you another example. When you were 2 years old, right? When you had shoes and you had shoestrings, you didn't know that you needed to tie shoestrings until your mom or your father, listen to me here, this is powerful stuff, until your mom and father said, hey, little boy, little girl, tie your shoes. And you said, well, what are shoes? What are shoestrings, right? That's called you didn't know what you didn't know, okay? That's called unconscious incompetence. Before, a lot of you thought it was insane for a person to make $5,000 in a day, right? Because most people, they don't make $5,000 in a month, right? So when you see a man, I don't have a college degree. I never graduated college. I dropped out of college, dropped out of school, got kicked out of the army, right? And I'm making $5,000 today. That's $150,000 a month, right? You didn't know that, right? But guess what? That's the next step, okay? First, you didn't know what you didn't know, but now you know it. And that's called, listen here, conscious. Write this down, please. Please, guys, write this down for me. It's important. Unconscious incompetence, okay? Now, this is very powerful concepts as it relates to mastering any skill on the planet, okay? Conscious incompetence. Conscious incompetence means that you are aware that you didn't know it. Like, now you know that you didn't know that you can make $5,000 a day. Can I get an amen? Let's go. Right? Now you know somebody because I'm showing you my Stripe account, right? This is my Stripe account. It's like PayPal. This is what I use for my processing on many of my companies online. And I just brought in $5,000 in one day. So now that says that now you know that you don't know. So when it's time to tie your shoes when you were 2 years old and you started to tie them, now you know that you don't know how to tie your shoes. Make sense? Am I making sense, guys? If you have any questions, please put your questions below because this is how you master every skill. Because this is going to really help you through the process of becoming very successful, okay? All millionaires and billionaires really understand this on a very, very deep level. Because when you're trying to master a skill, you really can't be frustrated or irritated or depressed or upset during the process. That keeps you from hitting the goal. But once you understand the process and the steps of getting the skill mastered faster, it makes it easier for you. And actually, you hit your goal faster than most people, okay? Next step is this. Write this below, folks. Listen. Guys, if you just showed up, you need to watch this video one more time. Conscious competence. Write this down. Take a screenshot, folks. Conscious competence. Well, now, what does that mean? Sorry, I spelled it wrong. Conscious competence means when you're getting ready to tie your shoe, when you're a little boy or a little girl, and when you tried to tie that shoe, you had to think about it. You had to think about it. Some of you guys have an online business right now. You have to think about your Facebook ads. You got to think about what you're going to do, how you're going to create the ad. Did I forget the ad set? You have to think about when you're creating the internet site. You have to think about when you're selling your product to the customer. Make sense? That calls conscious incompetence means that you have to think consciously about the task. This happens when you first get your driver license. Anybody that's watching me has a driver license. Anybody drive a car? Does anybody drive a car? If I spelled that wrong, disregard my spelling. I'm still a multimillionaire, even though I can't spell worth a damn. Does anybody have a car? Does anybody drive? Well, okay, great. So if you drive a car, when you driven it for the first time, when daddy was in the driver's seat or the mom was in the driver's seat, you had to, in the passenger, you had to think about putting the car in park. You had to think about pushing the brake. You have to think about turning around, looking through your rearview mirrors, right? Looking to the left, looking to the right, making sure you're in the right gear. So many things that you're trying to do at one time. Think about it for a second, right? It's like, man, I got to steer. I got to look ahead. I got to make sure my gears are, and I have to use my right foot to hit the gas and the brake at the right time to be able to function in traffic. Well, conscious competence means that consciously you got to think about making all these moves. Okay? Now, this happens in success all the time when people are trying to be rich or they're trying to make a lot of money. You're going through this process because whether you're trying to build an internet business or a conventional business, you still have to go through this process. But let me give you the last one. Does anybody know what the last one is? Anybody? Can anybody comment below? What is the last one? I'm just curious to see how smart you guys are here. Are you beautiful people? Unconscious competence. Now, this is where you want to be. This is where I am. This is the only reason why I'm making $5,000 a day in that company, because what I do unconsciously. Does that make sense, guys? I don't want to move too fast. Am I making sense? Unconscious incompetence means that you can drive the car and talk on your iPhone and put makeup on at the same time, okay? It means that tomorrow morning when you have to go to your job, you just drive to your job. You're not thinking about the streets. You're not thinking about I got to turn left or turn right. You're just driving to your job. This means when I say tie your shoes, you're not saying, well, I got to put it around the bunny rabbit. I got to fold it. I got to go. No, you just tie the shoe, okay? Unconscious competence. It's where you want to be. This is where the money is, okay? This is where you master the skill, okay? Am I making sense here? Every great or exceptional person on the planet that's making millions of dollars or that is very successful culturally is because they're at the stage, at this level of their game. LeBron James, he's at unconscious competence. That's why he's the best player on the planet. Kevin Hart, he's an unconscious competence as it relates to comedian. That's why his net worth is $120 million. Am I making sense? So the question to you is this. One, what skill are you trying to master? What skill are you trying to master? I'm talking to you. What skill are you trying to master? And you shall understand that you have to go through these steps before the skill can be mastered. Now, the question may be, well, Wesley, how do you master the skill? Okay, you showed us the 4 steps of learning. Well, let me ask you a question. How did you learn how to tie your shoes? How did you learn how to drive a car? How did you learn how to walk? See, I know this sounds very simplistic, but I want everybody, as you're listening to my voice, to really think about that. How do you walk? You may say, well, Wesley, I just put one step, 1 foot ahead. No. Let's go back to when you were 2 years old. How did you learn how to walk? How did you learn how to drive when you turned 18 or 16 years old? How did you learn how to drive perfectly? Okay? Think about that for a second. How did you learn how to do that? Repetition. No. Somebody said you had a mentor. No. No, that's wrong. You did it. You learn how to ride a bike. You learn how to walk. You learn how to drive by doing it repeatedly. By failure. Okay? This is the only way to do it. This is why, the reason why, more than 90% of the planet is not rich or successful is because everybody's afraid to fail. But see, a child understands the more that he fails. Failure means when the baby's trying to walk, he falls, he just gets back up, right? He doesn't talk about it. He doesn't bitch about it. He doesn't complain about it. He just gets back up. But as we become adults, we cry. This is not working. I ain't wasting my money. When is it going to happen? Right? We cry too much. And while we're crying, we could be just trying again, right? And this happens to everybody, right? Sometimes, don't you wish you were still 5 and 2 years old? Because the faster you go through this process, is the faster you master the skill. This is why failure, you have to reframe failure to your benefit. Understand that all learning is learned through by going through a failure process, which means when you started to drive, it was some times that you hit the brake too fast. You hit the gas too fast. Maybe you put it in first gear. You need to be in second gear. Can I get an amen? Everybody have experienced that, right? Does that make sense? You were failing. You were messing up. You were screwing up. Well, you understood that was a part of the process. And it is. Failure is a part of the process of mastering every skill. LeBron James, I'm sure he missed a lot of shots in his lifetime, right? But still he kept shooting. Why? Because repetition is the mother of skill. Any questions for me? That's all I wanted to discuss today, okay? That's it. I just wanted to jump on here real quickly here because I know many of you already have the Overnight Millionaire program. See, in the Overnight Millionaire system here, and the reason why people call me an Overnight Millionaire, because before when I was creating YouTube channels, I will show you guys my YouTube channel, but 6 years ago, no one was watching my videos, even though I was creating 5 videos per day. For 1 year, no one watched a single video, right? But what I was doing, I was going through the 4 steps of learning, which means I was getting better. I was getting better while other people were doing nothing. Even though no one heard of me 6 years ago, who is this Wesley Virgin? No one knew who I was. But what I was doing, I was going through the learning process. Make sense? It's the same thing what you're doing. You're going through the learning process. But many of you are letting failure to stop you, okay? Failure is a part of learning, okay? To get the wrong answer, until you get wrong answers, you wouldn't know what the correct answer is. Am I making sense here? So that's why in the Overnight Millionaire program here, and I'll leave a link below. If you're on YouTube, you can always go to my bio. The Overnight Millionaire program takes you through a process of conditioning your mindset so you can master these skills, so you can go through this faster, so you can quit your fucking job, so you can travel the world and buy what you want, and more importantly, control your destiny. Okay? Am I making sense here? And just to be happy. Because that's what it's all about here. Like the Overnight Millionaire system that I've created, I think I have a link in the bio right here. It's only for you to get to where you want to go faster. And the faster way I found to do that is by reprogramming your subconscious mind. Because your subconscious mind is the mind that is deflecting or causing you not to succeed in the way that you want to. Okay? I don't want to get in depth about the subconscious mind. I talk about the subconscious mind in the Overnight Millionaire program, which many people have already got access to, including yourself. But these are the 4 steps of learning. Any questions for me? Any questions? Because it's time for me to get to work. No sleep until it's done. My goal is $3 million per month. Any questions for me, folks? Okay. Now, if you want to learn more about this, how to really to start to recondition your mind for success, and understand this: success means this to me: being able to do what you want to do when you want to do it on your time frame. Period. Okay, that makes sense. Like when you want to get up in the morning, you don't have to listen to an alarm clock, right? How does it feel to be able to get up when you want to? Can I get an amen? How does it feel not to be in traffic, but to stay in your bed in your panties or in your drawers or in your briefs, and you're just relaxing because you don't have to go to a job anymore? How does that feel? How does it feel to be able to tell your family at any hour of the day, say, hey, you know what? We're going to Paris for the weekend. You know, we're going to the Bahamas just to relax. Not because it's a vacation, it's a lifecation, it's just what we do, right? Everybody wants that, right? But you got to be willing to do what it takes to get there. You got to go through the 4 steps of learning. A lot of you are stuck right here. Conscious competence. You're doing things, but you're causing the failure that you're not reframing to cause you not to get there. Everybody deserves to live the life that they want, but you got to take action. It's a process. This is a marathon. This is not a race. In the Overnight Millionaire program, I'll talk about one thing that is called modalities, okay? Who know what modalities is? If you don't know, you need to get the Overnight Millionaire program because modalities are powerful. When you're visualizing your success, you need to be able to use your senses, your 5 senses, to be able to experience what you want from life. Make sense? Let me give you one more example of this 4 steps of learning. I just forgot it. Wow, it just ripped my mind. I'm sorry. Okay, so guys, one thing you need to do, you need to watch this video again. Why? Repetition is the mother of skill. I just remembered the example. How many of you read Think and Grow Rich? How many of you read Secrets of a Millionaire Mind? Richest Man of Babylon. Anybody read those books? Well, for you to master those books, you got to read those books more than once. Because if I ask you what happened on chapter 3, you don't know. If I ask you what is the wealth principle number 7 and the secrets of the millionaire mind, you don't know. Why? Because you need to read the book again, just like you have to watch this video again and again. Just watching this video. Now, this is the trick. This is the key that many of you just still are not going to get. The key is to be able to watch this again, okay? Like to stop it and watch it again, then watch it again, and watch it again to the point that all these words here, okay, this 4 steps of learning is so embedded into your subconscious mind. So when you go through the process, you'll master the skill faster. Any skill, it doesn't matter. It can be internet skill, Facebook skill, any skill you will master faster only because you watch the video like this again. The reason why majority of people that are very successful, the 1%ers, is because they go through information like this more than once, maybe 100 times. See, the person that's lazy, the person that doesn't really want it, say, oh, I've seen that video before. I've watched that movie before. I've read that book before, but you haven't mastered the book. Masters get paid the big bucks. Non-masters, you get paid nothing, okay? You get the $8, $9, $10, $20 an hour, and you're always trading time for dollars. Those people are not masters. Masters, they charge what they want. Make sense? So guys, you can go ahead and get the Overnight Millionaire below. It's in the links below. If you're on Instagram right now, go upstairs up here and go on my bio and click that link. Or you can look below for all my YouTubers, and you can go ahead and click the link to grab the Overnight Millionaire program. And you don't have to do it. Hey, I'm just putting it out there. I'm just giving you an opportunity right now. You don't have to take the opportunity right now. But understand this, in life, the things that you do and not do will determine your future reality. I'm getting ready to go to Paris for a couple of weeks. I'm ready to go shop till I drop. Where so many people are going to be at work, slaving, at their jobs. And I'm not saying that to brag and boast. That's just the reality of it. But the only reason why I am here is because I just took action. When I had nothing, I took action. When I was poor, I took action. When I was struggling, I took action. When I was uncertain about my life, I just took action. When I was depressed, I just took action. I love you guys so much. This is Wesley, $1 Billion Virgin. Much love. Let's go. Later.